Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am gonna do a junk journal with me. I know it has been a while, so I'm really looking forward to this. I don't really have that much to journal about, but of course we had a little get together on Mother's Day, and we had a birthday party that we went to, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit of journaling about some things that I miss. So here I'm just cutting up. This is a page from Daphne's diary, and I'm just cutting that up, and I'm going to cover that page because I didn't like the color of it, and I decided I was going to make this into a pocket because I have a couple of cards that my kids received from their grandma, so I wanted to put those in my journal to keep them safe. So I'm just gonna put some double-sided tape on that and then stick that down over the page, and then I realized that I had not punched a hole in there, so I had to carefully punch a hole in it so that you could see that it was clearly a pocket, and then I put those in there. And then these are a couple of pictures that I took on Mother's Day with me and my mom and me and my sister, and I have no idea what I'm doing with this page, so I'm just kind of gonna fiddle around with a couple of things and just see what I like, but you'll see me pull out a bunch of things that I won't end up using. So I thought that maybe it would be kind of cool if I put this like little word list from a book down on the page. I didn't want to cover up the paper that I just put down, obviously, so I end up ripping this up just where I can see some of the words that are relevant to the page. This book page had words like mother and love and stuff like that on it, so I ripped it just so that I could still see those words, and now I'm trying to decide what I want to do from there. So I decided to go ahead and glue that down. Still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this page. I know I want to use this card. This is like a cut apart from a paper pad, and that little flower actually came from a paper pad. I just cut the flower out of it. So I like the flower. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down with some double-sided tape, and I'm going to make it so that it's kind of like a tuck spot. So I just put the double-sided tape in an L shape on the back so I could tuck something behind it. So I'm going to glue these pictures back to back because they're the same size, and I'm just going to use that as like one of the things I'm tucking into that little tuck spot. So these are words that I've cut out of books, and I'm just going to distress those a little bit and stick them down on the page somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. I've gone through several books and just cut out words that I liked and just kind of pieced together phrases. It's one way to be able to like put a sentiment on a page without, you know, having to stamp it or whatever. So I went ahead and stuck those down there, and then I want to put this a little cut apart from a paper pad down. It says Happy Mother's Day, so I stick that on the bottom of me and my sister's picture, and then I went ahead and tucked that in. I wanted some sort of label so that I could write the date, so I'm going to use this little bit of washi at the top of that picture just to write the date on it. And then I'm just going over the edges with a white pen just to kind of give these pictures a border, just for fun. No rhyme or reason to that. So I'm going to go through and circle the words that I felt were relevant to this page. And then I'm going to border the page with my black pen, just to kind of give it a little bit more of an outline. And then I still felt like I needed a little bit more journaling space because I like to write, and I couldn't write anything on the page. I mean, I guess I could have written behind the picture, but I decided that I was going to use this journaling card because I really liked it, and I liked the sentiment on it. So I cut this piece of scrapbook paper down. I just liked the image on it, and I cut that down to the same size, and I just glued that to the back of that journaling card. The journaling card was like, you know, pink and like very bright, so I didn't really want to put that directly on the page because it doesn't really fit with the page, but I liked it, so so I glued them together, and that's going to be my journaling space. And then on to the next page. This page is about a birthday party that we went to. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing with this page. So I'm cutting out this tag. I don't end up using it, but I do fiddle around with it for a while. So this is a die cut that I made, and then I thought that it would be a really pretty pocket, so I wanted to make that into a pocket for this page. So I'm just making it small enough to hold that journaling card. And then I'm going to stick that down in a minute with some double-sided tape. This is a magazine cutout, and I just thought the picture was really cute, and they're all going on a trip, which is what we did. We went about an hour away west of Atlanta, and I've never been there, so that was kind of cool. So I'm like I said, I'm sticking this down with some double-sided tape just on 3 sides so that I can make it into a pocket. And then I'm going to make this magazine image big enough for the page and go ahead and glue that down. So this is a receipt from the birthday party. We got some pizzas, and that is the only bit of ephemera I have other than the pictures. So I'm going to glue this picture down onto the back of the happy birthday journaling card and then stick that into the pocket. I decided not to use the other one. So here I go fiddling around with that tag. This is another magazine image I don't end up using, but I thought it was cute. And then that is some words from a magazine. I've done a lot of cutting things lately, just trying to make some ephemera to use, some different ephemera. That peach right there is from a book page, and I know it's probably strange, but there is a story behind it. I obviously I live in Atlanta. I just mentioned that. And I'm just north of Atlanta now, but I used to live in Atlanta, and as a kid, there's like this big peach like tower thing, and as a kid, every time I would pass it, I would say, "I'm a Georgia peach," and you know, I was just a kid, so I thought my mom thought it was funny, and so it was a good memory for me, and we went through Atlanta to get to the party, so it was just kind of fitting for the page. So that box that you saw me just pull out, that was a box of images that I have stamped onto just some regular paper, and I just cut them out, and I can use those as ephemera for my journal. And I'm going to go ahead and stick my peach down at the bottom, and I will add a little bit to that later on. So these are stickers from my shop. I just recently made several sticker sheets, and they are on sale on Etsy now. And I'm just trying to see which ones I want to use for this page. The stickers are quite colorful. This one is like a color your own sticker sheet, but the other ones are quite colorful, so I thought that they would be fitting for this page. So I end up going with these stickers, just a couple, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of washi just to make sure that picture doesn't come up. And just to decorate my little die cut pocket, I'm just going to put a little bit more washi down there. So now I'm just gonna do a couple of borders, and I'm gonna write on the back of this Jaden's birthday, because it was her birthday party. I'm kind of doing like a brush pen cheat and just making some of my lines a little bit darker. Mainly because I don't have a white brush pen, and because I get really nervous when somebody's watching me do it, so I will totally mess it up if I'm on camera doing that. So I'm just gonna do it this way, and then that's all I write on the back of that. And then I'm just going to write the date over that sticker that I stuck down. And that's it for that page. So this is cut apart from a paper pad. I just like the pattern. So I'm going to figure out where I want to stick that on the page. This spread is about antique shopping and how much I miss it right now. I used to go antique shopping like every chance I got, and obviously we haven't been able to go anywhere, so something that I really miss. But I have found that it has been to my benefit that we haven't been able to go, because I've really started to use some of the things that I already have and use some of that stuff up, and it gives me the opportunity to be a little bit more creative as well. So it's kind of bittersweet to me, but I really do miss antique shopping. It was one of my favorite pastimes, and hopefully everything will go back to normal soon, and we can all get back to our regular routine, and I can regularly visit the antique shops like I did before. So I went ahead and stuck that piece of paper down. I am going to pull it back up because I don't like how far over it is, and I'm just going to cut a strip off of it. So that picture, or both of the pictures that I'm putting on this page, are from Daphne's diary. And then that piece right there is a die cut, and it has these like holes in it. So I thought it would be cool if I weaved in this paper, so I went ahead and did that. I wanted to make that into like a tuck spot, so I'm going to just use some double-sided tape at the top and bottom, and I'm going to use my glue stick on the edge just to stick that down. And then I'm going to use this, this is from a paper pad as well, it's just a little postcard. So I'm going to use that as my journaling space for this page. And then I had a couple of little bits of ephemera, and I kind of wanted to put something up at the top. It felt like it was kind of plain. So I'm just fiddling around with the things I have on my desk and trying to decide what I want to put up there. So that those flowers are a sticker. They're not in my shop, but I have them as a freebie. So they come with all my sticker packs, and it's really cute. They're like little, it's like a little lavender garden. So I just stuck that at the top and then put this little tag at the bottom. I just stapled that on just for decoration. And then moving on to the opposite page, this is a piece of a paper ruffle roll that I just recently made out of some scrap paper. So I wanted to include some of that on this page. So I had a little collage. I'm going to go ahead and just glue that all down. Those two pieces are also from the same Daphne's diary. I think it was the February edition. So it's a little bit older, but I'm trying to use up some of the pieces from it. I don't get Daphne's Diary regularly, but when I see one that I think I might like, then I try to get that. So then I decided I wanted to make this paper ruffle roll into a tug spot. So I end up putting some double-sided tape on each side of it. And then this is a playing card that I have made to look antique. If you're interested in how to do that, let me know and I'll make a video on it. It's pretty easy. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that washi tape, that grid washi tape on the back of it, just so I can journal on the back. And because the back of the card was like bright red, and I didn't feel like that went with the page very well. So I wanted to do something on the front of this card. I'll get back to that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and stick my ruffle roll down on the page. And then that card's just going to go behind it. And then I really wanted to use this little teapot, which is a cutout from a piece of scrapbook paper. So I just stuck that at the top of the page there. And now back to my card. I decided I wanted to do some sort of collage on the front. So I had a few things sitting on my desk that I thought I could use. I ended up going with this really pretty, almost yellow tinted lace, crocheted lace, and then I stuck that on with some double-sided tape because that's just what I had on hand. And then over top of that, I'm going to put this little Tim Holtz flower, and I'm just going to stick that down with some double-sided tape as well. And then I still felt like it needed something else, so I'm going back into my stamped images, and I'm just trying to find a word that I feel like would look good with the collage. So I end up finding the word irresistible. So I cut that out and just stressed it, and I'm just going to stick that on the front. And that's that. And I messed it up, but that's okay. I can fix it. And I'm just going to distress the edges of this postcard, cut apart, and then that's where I'm going to do my journaling, there and on the back of that playing card. And then stick that down. It wasn't sticking down to the page, so I went ahead and put some double-sided tape on the back of that. So now it is washi time, and I'm just going to put a little bit of washi around the page just to add a little something extra to it. And that is the finished spread. So I hope you enjoyed this junk journal with me, and I know it's been a long time, and I'm sorry for that. It's not that I didn't want to do one. I've been pretty busy trying to get some things up in my Etsy shop lately, and YouTube has kind of gone on the back burner. But I hope to be able to kind of keep track of both of them. But yeah, that's what I've got for today. So I hope to be back on YouTube very soon, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.